Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today, I'll be reviewing the Patek Philippe Cubitus in stainless steel with a green dial, reference 5821-1A-001. The date sweep seconds. I'll tell you a little bit about the history of this watch, then I'll tell you about the case, bezel, dial, bracelet movement, finally try it on and give you my thoughts. So the Cubitus was created in 2025, the end, just kidding. It was created in 2025, but it was a little bit more to it than that. Actually, it might have been 2024. I take that back. At any rate, though, it is a offshoot of, as you guessed it, the Nautilus. The Nautilus has been around since 1976, which makes it approximately 50 years old. And the new evolution of it is the Cubitus, which looks just like a Nautilus, almost exactly like a Nautilus, except instead of having more sides, it has 4 sides. I don't know how many sides the Nautilus actually has, but it looks like a circle, but then the outer rim of it has some sides to it. But anyway, this is their only square watch. So it's a watch that looks very much like it's square. So it's a 45 millimeter case, but all sides are the same. That's what a square is. Okay, so yeah, let's dive into it. And let's start with just about where this watch stands in the lineup of other similar Cubituses, in that, well, they make the Cubitus, all the Cubituses, as you can imagine, are all cube-like, hence the name Cubitus, but they make it in white gold. They also make it, I believe, in rose gold. They make it in stainless steel, as you see here, and they also do a two-tone version. So they have, not a small amount of versions of it, and I would imagine they're going to make some more of it as well. So, yeah, pretty cool. Let's start talking about the watch itself, starting with the case. Now, the case almost looks, to me, it really looks the same as a Nautilus, except instead of having several more sides, it only has 4 sides. I mean, almost everything is the same. If you look at the left side, where the 7 to 9 o'clock portion is, it has a sort of hump that matches the crown side, and that's really a aesthetic part that gives it some symmetry and allows it just it's also pretty good looking. But they do the same thing actually on the Nautilus as well. Okay, so that part looks pretty cool. It's 45 millimeters, as I said, and you might think, wow, it's kind of big, but you know what, it's not that big. I mean, 45 millimeters, when you see me try it on, you'll see, like, yeah, it's a nice size. I would call it mid-size. It's mid-size. No, I mean, I would call it large, but it would fit most men. It would be like the equivalent of a Nautilus at 40 millimeters. And I think the reason is because the lug to lug is about the same. It doesn't pass the wrist. Okay, anyways, so let's take a look at the side profile here. And, remarkably, the watch is only 8 millimeters thick. And I noticed that when I was looking at the case, I was like, dang, this is a really thin case. And some people really like that, and most people actually like that. It's one of the benefits of having a thin watch, is that it can easily fit under the suit cuff, and it doesn't really look, or it's not very intrusive. It doesn't really get in your way. So that's one of the things I like about it too. Let's look at just a little bit more about this case. What makes it look nice. I mean, really, honestly, it looks just like a Nautilus, which is not a bad thing, because the Nautilus is one of their premier models. You see, again, it has this beveled edge that goes down the side of the case, and it has a satin finish on the edge. And if you look at the crown side, it's quite an intricate work that they do to guard the crown with this crown guard. It's a very large crown guard, but aesthetically it really looks seamless. Really quite nice. Okay, anyhow, let's move on here. Now that we passed the case, and look at the bezel. Yeah, the bezel, instead of having, I guess it would be 8 sides on the Nautilus, or maybe more, I'm not sure. But at any rate, it has the same idea, where it's a satin finish top with a beveled edge, and yeah, pretty much looks just like the Nautilus, I guess. Okay, let's move on here to the dial. Now, this one happens to be in green, and what's crazy is this, that on the green dial Nautilus, they only produced it there's a 5711 green dial, and they only produced that for 1 year. I think it was in 22. And that watch, instead of being 100 grand like the blue one, it's like 200 grand, or maybe more than 200 grand actually, just for the different dial color. But here you get, actually the watch is not limited, so you get the green dial color, and it's I mean, not all that expensive. We're selling it for around 90,000, at least as of 2025. You know, that price could change with the market, but still, it's not no 200,000, right? So it's not bad. It's a time and date only. So you have very legible hour markers and hands. So, and you have a beautiful green dial with this sort of, it's not a wave pattern, but it's sort of, what does he call it? It's a horizontally embossed pattern. And Patek calls it a sunburst olive green with white gold applied baton style hour markers with luminescent coating. Okay. All right. Anyways, so look, let's look at the next thing, which is the bracelet. Now, the bracelet, you know, just like any other Nautilus bracelet, it's more or less the same. Actually, it's integrated, makes it look like part of the watch, and high polish down the center, as well as beveled edges. But one of the cool things about all the new bracelets from Patek is that they have this adjustability on them, which actually is going to beat their competitor, Audemars Piguet, which does not have any adjustability. And Patek really did a great job with this butterfly clasp. It looks beautiful. It works functionally perfect, and also it has some adjustability on it, which I really have to say makes the watch much more comfortable and wearable. So let's talk about the last thing, which is the movement. The movement actually is your standard 330 SC movement. It's a 26-330 SC movement. They basically use this movement in every single watch that has time and date. They use it in their Calatravas, and actually it's a base movement for many other movements. So it's their like main movement. Now, even though this watch is a square, the movement itself is a circle, so they use fillers to fill it. And then one major difference I've noticed is that when I'm looking at the rotor is slightly different. Now, the rotors on other 330 movements don't have this like stripe pattern across it. I've never seen that before, and this is the first time I've seen it, and I believe the rotor is just different on this Cubitus than it is on anything else. And in fact, even the box is different. So in 2025, they've kind of changed the box from that old school box to the newer style box. So anyways, all right, now look, time to try this watch on my wrist and give you my thoughts. Now, the watch retails for something like 43,000 or so after taxes, almost 50 or somewhere around there. But it's basically a Nautilus, but with a square on it. So do I love it? I can't say I love it. It's the greatest thing on earth, but the Nautilus is a iconic watch that trying to replace it is going to be nearly impossible, and trying to come up with anything is not going to be as good as the Nautilus. So you have to start with that. With that said, the Cubitus is still a really good looking watch. It has amazing craftsmanship, and it's still an eye-catching watch. It's not a Nautilus, but it's still pretty darn good. So, and it's not as expensive as a Nautilus too. So for that reason, I'm definitely going to give it 2 thumbs up. And look, if you want to buy at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.